Awkward intro in 3, 2, 1. Hi,
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Dean. What's going on?
What's up, dude?
We're here again.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a long time.
Well, no, we could have done it 2 weeks ago, but I just slept on your floor for like 20 minutes.
Took some little weed naps.
Yeah.
Took some much needed cat naps on my floor, dude.
God, damn, dude. I've been sleeping a lot. I have been sleeping like you would think I'd be depressed.
I wonder what it is.
The amount I sleep.
But you work out a lot. I don't know. Maybe you're not eating right. Maybe you're not eating right.
I know I was doing that tuna oatmeal.
Well, I don't know. I mean, how are your workouts going? Are you lack of energy? Still normal? Normal stuff?
No. But now I know for sure that I am probably addicted to pre-workout. Because I can't do it. I had to take an energy drink to work out last week. And all I was doing was cardio. So I think I've gotten to the point where like I can't do it unless I have some kind of.
You need it. I wonder if like, are you saying like you're just not motivated, or you feel like you're just not as strong?
No, I'm motivated, just not as strong.
So you like the weights are just heavier?
Yeah. Remember when we used to go work out and there'd be days like, oh man, the weights were heavy.
Yeah.
And all that?
Usually it happened to me like when we go like early in the morning.
Yeah.
Seems like in the morning like that's like your weakest time, but it's probably the best time to go in the morning.
I have become super weak. Like I think what it is, well, in my bench.
With what? When you don't have pre-workout, or just in general?
No, just in general. And I think it's just because I got so much shit for not having the bar touch my chest, so I'm relearning how to do it. Oh, dude.
Yeah, you gotta take those training wheels off sooner or later.
I went today, and then I was thinking, because I only did, like, my incline is all right. I'm able to do like 275, 315 on my incline.
That's a lot, dude.
But on my regular bench, I do 225, and that's it. I can't really.
It's because of the wider grip, huh?
Yeah.
Have you tried? Or are you just too scared?
I'm too scared. I'm wet, and I know.
Well, the other day, oh no, you spelled dumbbells. It wasn't the actual bench.
Oh yeah, that was.
I was gonna say.
God, that was a gym fail, dude.
You know, it's so funny because you told me that, and I was like, I told you that I did it once. It was when I was in Vegas, when I first moved to Vegas, and I was working out like the gold. I don't know if it's there anymore. The gold gym on Pecos. I don't think it's there anymore.
Was it Pecos and Eastern?
No, Pecos and Flamingo.
No, that's
not on that anymore,
LVAC now.
Oh, okay. Well, it was Gold Gym at the time, but I used to go like when I would usually get off work, which was like at sometimes 1 a.m, and I'd go work out. So there was no one there, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do like, I think I was doing like 185. No, none of the bench callers or anything like that. And I remember spilling it, and dude, like, I honest to God, I think I blacked out. So I don't think that I spilled it because like, you know, it just went one way or the other. I think that I was just holding my breath for so long. You know, when you do that, and then you just kind of just go black. Because the next thing I know is I woke up on the ground. Like, it was just like instantaneous. Like, the next thing I know, I was like, oh, and a guy was over there, and he was like, oh, hey, man, are you all right, man? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm good, man. And he's like, oh, well, hey, man, I see you here all the time, man. If you ever need, like, a spot or something, man, like, just let me know, man.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, bro.
And you know what, dude? It's kind of the point where I used to think the ego in you doesn't want a spot.
Yeah.
But you actually can get stronger and you get more developed with spots.
Yeah, because you can get more out.
Yeah.
You get that,
and it's a more controlled, because if you're working out without a spot and it's your last rep, and you know it, like I've done it where like I had to like put the bar on one end and the other one hanging off.
Oh shit.
But luckily I put the collars on.
Yeah, because you would have been fucked.
But it's just, I don't know if it's a dude thing or if it's just the mentality that you don't want a spot that makes it, you know, like you're less of a dude if you ask for a spot.
Yeah, it's got to, I don't know, sometimes I know back then I think I was just really more shy than anything. Just to go up to some random person and be like, hey, you know, come help me while I grunt this one out. Like, just, like put your penis over my face while I'm trying to get this weak ass weight up.
I know. I think with me, I maybe because I have a face when I lift.
Yeah.
If people think that it just doesn't want to be bothered or.
So I was thinking like the one where I think that probably like most people or even me, like you should probably ask for a bench is like when you're doing like a decline dumbbell bench, because when you're down there you can just have someone go ahead and hand you the like put them on your hands, the dumbbells. Because I mean, if you're going heavy weight, having to have them on you and then lean all the way back,
all the way down,
yeah, like this seems kind of dangerous. Like I've done it a few times where I've done it and like my back's like popped.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a reverse sit-up kind of thing, and you have all this weight, and you're trying to like not flying all the way back and stuff, and then like on top of that, you're like trying to make sure that you land in like the right kind of position so you can get them up. So I think like you should probably ask for like a spotter then, because they could just hand them to you, and then you can just you're right down there,
You're talking about Vegas. You saw Carrot Top.
I saw Carrot Top there. Dude, the guy was ripped, man.
Yeah.
It's so funny how like, salty people were. They were just like, yeah. Look at his legs, man. he was over there. He was over there just like doing mad pulls. He was doing like these like the pull-ups, dude. And he had like the chain on him, and he had like 245-pound weights on him, and he was just doing them, just ripping them out, man. And then it seemed like every guy that walked by was just like, yeah, look at his fucking legs though. Yeah, what a bitch. I was like, dude, he would probably kill you, dude, if you wanted to.
That's the one thing I get the most every single day. And like, oh, when are you gonna start doing leg day? When are you gonna start doing leg day? It's like, shit, dude, I have no reason to do leg day.
Yeah, I mean, like really, like, what reason? I mean, other than like, I don't know. What are the benefits?
I guess you just have. Your thigh, everything's more proportionate. So like, I've been called a bowling ball with toothpicks for legs, and like, oh, you better not jump, you're gonna break your legs.
Well, I mean, well, shit, it's not like you're walking around naked, right?
Shit, dude. No, that's the one I get the most, but it's so stupid. Like, I can understand bodybuilders, everything has to be symmetrical. You have to look.
Well, yeah, but they're also using they're using it for competition.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what the fuck? I mean, like, what the fuck am I gonna need to?
Athletes use.
So why am I gonna be? Why do I gotta squat? 400 pounds just to be walking around all day. Like,
but I guess it's probably now that squats and deadlifts are so in right now, like at all the lifts, that it's the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
If you want, if you're really lifting, you're doing leg day. I mean, the way I look at it is, my legs are carrying me all day. I'm on my feet all day. So, obviously my thighs are strong, but there's nothing I can do about my calves. I have girl calves. I mean, you saw them today. I
think that isn't that genes though.
I think so.
I think even if you worked out your calves, like, they're not going to get any bigger.
No.
Like, say you play a lot of basketball.
If it's down to genetics, the one thing I'm glad I do have is my traps are pretty good, and my triceps.
Yeah, and you got some child-bearing hips too. So
I got that bubble butt, dude.
bubble butt. So it came out. Represent. I haven't seen it though.
No,
I don't want any spoilers.
No spoilers. Well, I kind of told you one.
Hey, yeah, that one was weird. Dude.
How do you? No gay bashing or all that.
Nothing against it, but that's just. In the book, all the kids, their first love was Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
That was all their first love. Like, granted, she never reciprocated. Well, other than the scene, but other than the orgy that they had, but they all loved her. Like, that was their first love. So it was kind of. So when he told me that one of them was gay, just one of them, right? They're not both.
I mean, I don't think that they've. Because I really like the synopsis. I don't think they're coming out fully saying that he's gay, but that he just has a love specifically for Eddie.
Yeah,
and all that, and then there is a scene where Henry Bowers does call him the F word because he's playing in the arcade with his cousin.
Okay.
So I don't know if I mean, obviously it was a liberty that was taken.
It was probably he's like a down low Dumbledore. Dumbledore they say he was always gay.
Yeah,
but they never really came out and said it.
Wasn't it with the dude, the Johnny Depp's character?
The Johnny Depp's character, yeah. So maybe that's what they were kind of trying to play off. I mean, but it was I think the only no, that's not true. Because I was to say there's only two of them as adults three of them as adults are married. Is that Beverly, Eddie, and then and Bill are the only three that are married.
Well, Stan was married.
Oh yeah, Stan too. Yeah, but well, we all know what happens to him. But yeah, so I don't know. Yo, man, these flies are really coming in now, man. They got the fly strips in here. By the way, we're coming live from our abductor's basement garage.
And then a fun fact, this is a place where you single-handedly crushed Tony's dream. When we were doing Drunk Weekends, Tony had made this elaborate scene that we were going to use, dude, like Spielberg-esque.
To be fair, a lot there was at least one more other person that was part of that group that did not want to be doing it at all. Like, they did not even want to be having a podcast because they were on vacation and didn't want to do it. So, I mean, yeah, I was like, I can't be on camera yet. I wasn't ready to make my camera debut.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, we haven't been on camera. This is the second time we're
experimenting. It'll get better. Kind of low budget porn right now, but I've seen better home sex tapes than this.
Goddamn.
We're all right though. Yeah. We'll get better.
Well, speaking on how we were talking about like Richie, and you brought up Dumbledore. The same was done in Game of Thrones with Renly, because in the books, it's only kind of hinted at.
Like rumors.
Yeah. And then George R. R. Martin did the low key thing of, like, you know how they all the King's Guard, the Queen's Guard. Renly called his the Rainbow Guard.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Shit.
But it was always just hinted at that he was So and then obviously the show took that and ran with it.
Yeah.
The only thing that was surprised with it is that there's no way that was ever hinted at in the books, and they just put that in the movie. But,
yeah, that's true. Okay, again, I don't know. I feel like sometimes they kind of just want to throw that in for the audience or like certain groups, I guess. To just appease people.
And too, because it's how they set it in 1989 to 2017. I think whatever 27 years from 89 is.
Is that what it is? I remember. Is that right? Yeah, because they took place in the 80s, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Which sucks, man, because I was really looking forward to some pretty cool monsters. Dude, these flies are going to fucking be the death of me.
Goddamn. Why are they going to you? They're not coming to me.
I don't know. Probably I have good blood.
No, I think it's because you're full Mexican and I'm only half.
I got full shit kicker in me, dude. That's why Dude, I'm going to die. Jesus Christ.
And then it's made over 90 million.
Yeah, it wasn't. They were kind of knocking it. Well, then also, but I haven't full on read any reviews, but I've just read some headlines, and there's a few of them that are just not very good. Like, it kind of disappoints and kind of lackluster, and some even flat out said, like, dude, it was just pointless to have that second one because it really didn't bring the story together in any way. Which I don't know how it couldn't, but again, I don't know, man.
If that's the case, read the book.
Yeah,
read the book then if you want.
I don't know. I think it's just so many people want to hate on sequels so much that like they forget that it's a sequel. Like it's well, I mean, this isn't even a sequel. It's not even a sequel. So it's kind of like, I don't know. But the one thing that did kind of scare me too was I was also excited, but I was also scared is that it was like 2 hours and 40-minute runtime.
Yeah, almost 3 hours.
Which was like, kind of unheard of for a horror movie. Like a horror movies don't get that kind of runtime. Only because it's just, the writing isn't, or the writing for horror movies just isn't made for it. Like, you can't, if you're writing a horror film, you go in there to kind of be scared, and you don't really have, I guess, the luxury of telling a story and developing characters as you would like in a drama, which is why they get those long, run times. And so when I found that out, I was like, man, you can't, with that kind of runtime, like you can't just get away with nothing but jump scares. You can't just do jump scares.
No.
It's like you need to have actual substance in the story and to keep people interested. But at the same time, it's like, how do you keep them scared too? Like how do you do that? So that one, when I read that, I was kind of I kind of like, you know what? I could kind of see this going sideways. But either way, I'm still gonna watch it. I don't care. It was the first one was good. I think the second one's probably going to be just as well, not just as good, but good.
Yeah. The also like on the film subject, Joker won the best film at the Venice Film Festival, and that, you know, for usually at these film festivals, it's the chance for independent movies to shine.
Yeah.
An independent movie will usually win the award and all that, just because it's coming from like a sister studio.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of money in the budget, so you're just, you know, you're putting practically all your faith in the screenplay,
Yeah.
and all your faith in the actors, and
Yeah.
then
Where's my pizza? I put it back in the oven over there. It's on the table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh yeah. I took it off.
You'll find it.
I guess I didn't lose it.
You didn't lose it. No, I put it there for you. You got it? All right on. First guest appearance
the Cole man.
by my nephew.
The
These fucking flies.
goddamn dude.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit. You think we should shut the...
Hey, you should go shut the door.
Yeah?
Let's shut the door. Yeah, you should shut it. Yeah, we're being invaded by flies. It's like the Exorcist house in here. Is that the Exorcist, or am I thinking the other
No,
movie?
it's Amityville.
I'm thinking Amityville Horrors. Yeah, that's ridiculous in here. We made the mistake of opening the door thinking that we'd get better light, and judging by it, it looks exactly the same. Now we're just infested with flies.
That's one thing I forgot about when I moved back here, was the amount of insects.
Oh, dude, they're
Like,
everywhere.
I mean, I was used to seeing cockroaches and then black widows. That was it. I did the whole time I was in Vegas, never saw a scorpion. Come to here, you know, come to Idaho, saw a dead scorpion.
See some scorpions everywhere. Yeah, insects are. Oh man, yeah, they're pretty bad here. Flies, especially, dude. Fly season here is just fucking ridiculous, man. Like, you just want that first deep freeze to come to just get rid of these fuckers, dude.
That's what they're doing. They're one last chance to get it in, dude, before they all die.
They gotta do what they gotta do, man. It's like last call, man, at the West Star. It is no last call at the West Star.
Nah, dude, you can say, dude, what's the shit? We stayed there until what? I think one time we stayed there until like 6 o'clock in the morning.
I remember on more than one occasion. I'm not proud of it, but like staying there until the sun came up.
Yeah.
Like that was. I don't know if it was a low point in my life, but it was definitely a point in my life I wasn't proud of.
No, we had fun. We did all right.
We had good times. Man. We look like a bunch of Neanderthals dancing on the dance floor, dude.
Yeah.
What are we doing, man? What are you doing? What are you doing after dancing, dude?
Oh, dude, it was New Year's Eve, and I was just.
It was New Year's Eve, man. We had fresh smell cologne, man. We had like fresh to death outfits on. We're just like, man, we're gonna tear this place up.
And talk about lot lizards. That was.
Oh man, that was again very bad. Hey, speaking of very bad times in Jackpot at the West Star, do you remember when it was a Halloween party there? God, I don't even remember what fucking year it was. But do you remember the homeboy, the white kid who dressed up as blackface?
Yeah.
He just said he was Snoop Dogg. And what's even more fucked up is that he won third place. It's like, good old Jackpot there. It's so funny, dude. And you know what's even funnier, dude? Is like, I didn't realize how bad it was until like, it just never occurred to me we were there in the moment. And I don't know what it was, but it wasn't until like maybe a year later when we saw pictures of him. And we were like, what the fuck is this?
I remember because that was when that was the year I drove down from Vegas. The one day I got this like stormtrooper costume.
Oh yeah.
I drove down to Vegas. I drove down to Jackpot. We partied. I went back to your place. I slept for like 3 hours, and then I drove back home. And the whole time my radiator was busted in my old Civic.
Yeah.
So I was going, and then there was a trick. Like if I didn't go over like 45 miles an hour, my coolant wouldn't get too hot. So it usually like a 7-hour drive took me like close to 11 hours.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
I was just going back. I was like in one of those Fred Flintstone cars, dude. Just cars passing me left and right, dude. I was like, well, shit.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, I remember that because we showed up. It was me, you, and Ishmael. I forgot what Ishmael dressed up as. Shit, what did you dress up as?
God, that year, That year, I don't think, did I dress up? I don't think I did.
No, I think you did because we all.
Wait, what was the year that we won over at the Four Jacks?
Oh, that was you were a soldier. Ishmael was some kind of like dragon warrior.
Some sexy dragon warrior.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was.
I had that Spartan costume on.
Oh, dude, what the hell? Then was I tequila?
Yeah, and then
uh,
Ishmael was. I made the joke when we were getting ready. It's like, what, Ishmael, you're going as a Giants fan or something? Because he had like he just had a jersey on and stuff.
Going as a drunk Giant fan. Oh shit! Yeah, I was just tequila that year, and then oh man, yeah, that used to be the Halloween spot, man. I remember that place would get packed, dude, and then you get all the hussies that come in after like midnight, dude, and it was just like.
Easy to your toxic masculinity.
Wow. Is it showing?
Yeah, a little bit, dude. Easy there.
But no, that was fun times. And then I remember like the Four Jacks tried to get in on it.
And they did though.
They did. Oh, we won over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then everyone thought it was rigged because we were all living together. And all three of us won.
Hey man, I think I won like $100 or something like that. I can't remember how much I won.
Yeah.
It's like $100 or something.
Yeah, and you were third place, and so I think like the first place was like 200.
Something like that.
I think that's what it. Because Ishmael took first, I took second.
That wasn't rigged. That wasn't rigged. Ishmael dressed up as some sexy dragon warrior. Oh my god.
That was the same year that they also did the free beer.
Yeah, it was a free beer.
Like you go there, there's just a keg there, which, I mean, at first. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but they're like, oh, let's put a keg of Bud Light. All right.
I wonder... Man, I don't know what they were thinking with all that. Well, they're closed down now. I don't know if people know that, but the Four Jacks is no longer open, and these flyers are going to fly in my mouth, dude. I just feel it. It's going to happen. But the Four Jacks is closed. And that is news to me. It was so weird. I went to Jackpot the other day, dude, and it was like, man, this town's dying.
Dude, there was that article too that
that article was crazy. I mean, there's a lot of things I disagree with it. But I don't know. I mean, I guess a lot of things you can't tell how the schools are doing, and just the attendance.
Yeah,
the attendance is like way down. And,
now, do you think if they did open a dispensary there, it would work?
I don't know because it's not really. I mean. Maybe, but then again, like, you know, they make a good point, which, you know, of course it's going to happen. You know, who was it that was quoted as saying that, like, they'd be relying on illegal, like basically just illegal business because it's going to be Idaho people that are coming to get it and then taking and transporting over state lines. So, I mean, they're committing a felony, but it's like, dude, like, well, of course. Like, it's the same. I mean, the liquor stores do the same fucking thing, dude.
They're doing it in Oregon too.
Yeah,
like
they're doing it in Oregon.
Boise are going to Oregon
getting it. So I mean, yeah, of course it's gonna happen. You know, when Dover's getting one, you know, Utah's gonna be coming in there too. So it's like that's what you're banking on. Like that, of course, that's where the business is coming from. But the question is now, will they stay and gamble?
Which I mean,
which. I don't know. I mean, I would like to see like the numbers. Like, you know, Ontario just opened up. You know, they have I think 2 dispensaries there. So I'm curious as if I want to know what their business is like now that they've opened up there. Like, like, you know, how are the businesses around those areas doing? You know, I know one of them opened up. It's funny because one of them was right next to Taco Bell. And then I think another one is. If I'm not mistaken, another one's by like a major gas station, like a big truck stop. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the question, right? Like, I mean, that's what you're going to be, you know, putting your money on is are they going to stay and gamble? Because that's what I mean. That's what Jackpot is, right? I mean, it's a small gambling town, and they need people to stay and gamble, and when they very may well, you know. I mean, as far as I know, you know, not very many people are going to just smoke weed and then drive, you know. So I mean, hopefully
they're going to stay and then.
Oh yeah, you would hope that they would stay and smoke and drink and, you know, and have a fucking good time. But sounds like a good fucking time to me, especially in Jackpot. Fuck, man. Yeah, you need some substance.
Dude, that was crazy how they were saying that. Okay, so the population right now is what, like 800, 850?
Yeah, something like that.
And that 10 years ago, so what, that 2009, 2010, was at least like 1,200.
Yeah.
And that's weird because that's when I came down and I was working at Ponchos and I lived with you and Ishmael.
Yeah.
And even then, it seemed to me like, man, Jacko just got smaller.
Yeah.
So was the population, like, when we were in high school, was it like at least in the 2000s?
Shit, dude. I mean, well, I don't know about high school, but I mean, I remember. Were you ever in the like the classes that split because there were so many kids?
Sure, shit
It
was.
was like the third and fourth. I think it was third and fourth grade, and maybe fifth and sixth grade.
My classes were split in first grade, second grade.
Yeah, so there was So there was 2
Uh-huh.
first grades, 2 second grades, teachers.
Third grade, no. Once I got to third grade, it had condensed.
It condensed.
Yeah.
See, I remember third and fourth grade, one of them at least being split, and then there was his own third grade, and then there was his own fourth grade. But one teacher had third and fourth graders.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, what was the population then? Like, holy shit!
I'm guessing it must have been like in the 2000s.
That's crazy because back then, as like as many kids as were in school and stuff like that, there wasn't very much housing.
No.
Because like San Jacinto came in. Well, no, because I guess Barnes had their own trailer park.
Yeah, they created that one when before it was just like a little hill. Remember?
Yeah, because that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's
because
that's
Sergio lived like
Yeah, they
the
had
very
that.
first, and then I remember Stephanie and Jason kind of lived a little bit up the hill.
Yeah. And then they also had like the annex, and you remember they had the other one, they called them
sweat
the sweat boxes.
Yeah.
Fucking closets?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean storage sheds? Yeah, we had those.
Fun fact: my uncle lived in one of those when he was back in the 80s, and he said that he got his feet pulled.
Ah, get the fuck out of here.
And then he said what was even scarier is he had like a poster of some metal chick, and that the night that he was getting his feet pulled, like he would look at that poster and it kind of looked a little kind of spooky in a way, like the light was hitting it just right to make it look a little spooky.
Really?
But yeah.
Fuck that place, dude. A funny story about that place is that they would have just had like I'm not kidding when I say the sweat boxes were like fucking like little sheds, like
Yeah.
they were like little storage sheds. They were tiny. There was like a tiny bathroom in there, and then they had and they would give you like a little less refrigerator like you would get in a hotel room, and so my friend didn't have a fridge or anything like that. So in the winter they would just put their shit in their car because it just wouldn't get over a certain temperature, and it would just stay that way. And then and then during the summer they would have to buy like chests, coolers and shit, and just put it in there with ice and shit. It's fucking nuts to think about. But yeah, I don't remember really being that much housing around there. They had obviously they had the Cactus Beach Trailer Park, which I don't think that ever really expand, did it?
No, that
It
always
was always
just
the same
contained
lots.
area.
And then they had the Brown Studios there. You had Mountain View over there on the other side of the fence.
Middlesack. Middlesack was part of Pete's.
Yeah, but and then I went there and I actually cruised around. I hadn't done that in forever, and I drove down like what would that be like down towards I don't know, down there where my ex-girlfriend used to live. But there's a lot of houses down there now. There's a lot. Like I didn't even recognize it. I was like, holy crap! So people are building there. I mean, granted they're manufactured homes, but some people are buying little lots of land. But
Yeah.
which I don't know. Hopefully if marijuana does get legalized or Elko County lets it go and they do build there and hopefully draw some more business down there, because I know that they're really hurting, and that's just crazy to think, like your hometown just be gone like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's a really sad feeling. That's what really bummed me out about it. Was like, man, that'd be weird. Like not having a hometown anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
it would always be your hometown, but if it's just like becomes like something like Austin or Gabs, where it's just like gone.
That'd be weird.
That'd be
That
weird.
is a
It'd
little
be a
weird.
really weird feeling. Because there's a lot of people there. Actually, a lot of the older people who are just lifers. There's nothing really else that they know, or like they've been there for so long that it's like, what now? You know, if the casinos close up shops, like, well, like I mean, you have some people who are working at the Four Jacks who have been doing it for years and years and years and years, and they're closed. And it's like, well, holy shit! Like, what do I do now? You know, and granted, you could probably get a job at a casino, but it's like, well, yeah, but how much longer is that gonna go? You know, like, you know, how long until these guys close up shop too? You know, so that's a scary feeling, man.
I mean, I don't see how opening a dispensary would hurt.
I don't think it would hurt either. I mean, you might as well do it. I mean, because even if anything, the dispensary will stay. Like, let's just say the casinos do close up, they're gonna stay. They'll stay open because they're right there in the prime location.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so it's like, what's it gonna hurt? You know, like why not just do it? It's not like, I guess the one thing is the dispensary is going to do well no matter what. It's going to do well. I guess the bigger question is it going to help Jackpot? You know, and I don't see how I would do it. I would hope that they would do it, but I don't know. It seems like it's pretty complicated, and they'd have to. Don't they have to? Just reading that article, I was like, holy shit! I didn't know they had to do this so much just to get it approved. Where they'd have to prove that, you know, they can have so much business and so much revenue and all that kind of shit. And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it wouldn't hurt to bring in people, and obviously people will stay, you know, because they don't want. I'm figuring they don't want to get caught, because I know Idaho will be like right on the other side of the border, like hawks, waiting to pull people.
Oh yeah, and see, and I was like, I can't help but think that they can't do that, because we talked about it once. We were talking about how like it's kind of like how you can't sit outside of a bar and then pull someone over or something like that, you know, just because obviously they've been drinking. You know, it's kind of just like entrapment kind of thing. But they've done it before. They have stops there. Remember, they'd have drug stops there.
Yeah.
They would stop and have the canines there and everything like that. So, and I guess, and it's a lot easier, I guess, to do or even to justify with it being, because, you know, if you're driving into like Ontario or into like Huntington, Oregon from Boise, you know, once you get into this side back into Idaho, it's all interstate. So you have to close down the whole interstate to do stops. But as for Jackpot to Twin, I mean, the border's right there, and it's just single lane highway. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you could do that way easier. Yeah. You know,
it's just, I don't know if you've seen that meme where that old NFL player where they'll put up a situation, he's like hiding behind a tree and he's shaking his hands like this. Yeah. That's what I figure. Like every cop is like, as soon as you cross into Idaho, they're like, yeah.
But you know, then that's another thing. I think that, you know, if Jackpot does, if it does get legal, or it does get approved to be in Jackpot, I mean, then that means just essentially Idaho is just like surrounded, right? Like, I mean, it's like
they're gonna have to, because you have Oregon, you have Washington, you have California, you have Nevada, and Idaho is like,
it's like, dude, you have like, it's like, obviously you're fighting a losing battle. Like, obviously all your Idahoans are driving to these places to get it. So it's like, why don't you just make it legal if it's already, I mean, if they're committing a crime doing that, and they're gonna do it, and it's your people doing it. It's not like, you know, it's not like Oregon or Nevada are bringing it into your place. It's like your Idaho people are going in to get it and bringing it back. So they're the ones breaking the law. So it's like, why not just make it illegal, and it's no longer breaking the law? Like, you no longer have to combat that. You no longer have to, you know, fight it or anything like that. And it's not like you're making meth legal. You know?
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
it's not prescription pills or anything. Like, you know,
I've seen, you know, I've seen what meth does, and I've seen what weed does, and I think a lot of people would much rather have weed, than meth.
Yeah, and I'm curious because what was another thing I was curious about, like wanting to see the numbers as far as because if I'm not mistaken, I thought a study came out where I want to say it was in Colorado. It might be in Oregon, but where drinking actually has gone down amongst youth. People weren't drinking as much, but it's like, well, then if they're not drinking, they're probably smoking weed.
And then that's the thing, though, like, because your brain is still developing.
Yeah, and I personally think that to buy marijuana, I think you should be 25. That's easy for me to say because I'm 33. So, but yeah, I think 25 would be a good age, and I think, shit, yeah. I mean, I think it would be smart. I mean, you don't want to be. I don't know. I mean, I think even 21. I mean, shit, that's pretty young. Be smoking weed. Fuck, even drinking, I guess, if you think about it. But it's kind of stupid that you can die for your country at 18, but you can't drink.
You can't have a beer. No, I mean, it's true, but the more you say no to something, the more someone's going to want to do it.
Yeah.
So even if you make the marijuana, okay, say by some, well, I mean, it's not really weird to think about, but say it becomes legal across the nation, like federally legal, and you set the age at 21, you're still going to find people who are like, hey, everyone's going to go buy me a roll, you know?
Yeah. I mean, but I mean, it does just bring up the point of like, I know there's a lot of people who think like, oh, it's just going to lead down a darker road, you know? When I hear people who are so strongly opposed to marijuana being legal, it reminds me of the whole gay marriage thing. Mm-hmm. Was like, well, what are we gonna do next? You know, marry your dog? You know, marry your horse? Kind of thing. That kind of. You remember that argument? What kind of twisted ass mind do you got, man?
The one thing that always pissed me off too about it is they always say about the sanctity. I was gonna say sanctuary. The sanctity of marriage. Yeah, it's supposed to be something that's held in high regard and all that. But they got shows like The Bachelorette, and The Bachelor, like Married at First Sight, and all that. Like, so you're telling me these people never met each other can go ahead and get married, but you're letting two people who like obviously love each other, and what they do in their bedroom is no business of mine. Yeah, you're not gonna let them get married? Yeah. I mean, shit, dude, get out of here with that.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. But that's what they just reminds me of that when they talk about weed. Like, oh, you know, what's gonna be legal next? You know, like, well, come on, man.
Well, I mean, it's funny. A lot of people don't even know about like Idaho's. I don't know if he's still a congressman. That Crapo.
I think so.
Yeah,
because I think I just saw his like one of his offices that said Crapo on it, so I'm pretty sure he still is.
Yeah, where he was playing that footsie game in the bathroom stall, where like if you put your foot over. Now this is what I heard. I don't know this. I mean, I don't know if this is the way to do it, but you put your foot. So say you're in a stall, right, and some other person comes next to the stall.
So you're sitting down, you're pooping.
You're sitting down, and most people, their reaction is like, I don't want to make any noise because. Some reason you feel embarrassed.
Yeah, dude, I don't even care because I used to be that same way. But I'm like, dude, we're in the bathroom, man. You get freaked out by shitting. Yeah, you should not be in the bathroom, bro.
So you're as quiet as you can, take a shit. But so if you're in there and you feel a little you're a little curious and all that, you stick your foot underneath to the other stall so the other dude sees your foot, and you got to tap it twice. Tapping it twice means, hey man, you got 10 minutes to spare. And if the other guy puts his foot underneath there and taps once, then it's like, yeah, and then, you just...
So are we talking like glory holes here, or are you guys going to share the same stall?
No, I think you're just going to the next stall, dude.
Oh, okay.
I think you just pull it, you finish wiping, pull up your pants, go to the next stall, and be like, all right.
Oh, Jesus
welcome
Christ.
To the Thunderdome, bitch.
That's so weird, man. Like, man, that's so weird. Like, it's weird. Well, like how like gay people. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I'm generalizing here, but how like they have like that. It's like, hey man, we have all these secret codes and everything to like hook up with people, and like they have like Grindr too, where it's just like, yo man, you're looking for some hot dick, man. Just Google me, man. You'll find me. Put me on your location, dude. But you don't get that with straight. Do you get that with straight? Do you got a straight app? You just hook it up? Is that just Tinder?
I think that's what it is. I mean,
it's just like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I get. But how though? Is it? I guess do you have to like specify it in your profile? Like, hey,
I guess you just say, hey, like, hey, this is yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think you word it so you don't come off as such a fuckboy. The fuckboy filed.
Oh shit. I guess yeah. I don't know. I always found that kind of cool. You just have like key words for gay guys to hook up. Oh yeah, let's go do this, man.
Looking for some dick. What did I tell Bill the other day?
Oh shit.
He was like, what did he say? He said something like, when you look at it, you want some?
No, he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, no, you told him, do you want some? He's like, want some of what? Some of this dick. He was so fucking flabbergasted. I don't want a snack. That's gotta be one of the fucking coolest comebacks to trying to tell somebody got a small dick. No, I don't want a snack.
And then I was quick on it too. I was like, yeah, snack. You know, I'm gonna snap the snack up in your ass. Yeah.
Oh fuck! He went home and fucking. Oh, he just had fucking a hard ass argument with his wife about that.
He hasn't taken that box home because he's just afraid. He probably carries himself with such
such high regard. Oh shit,
cool.
Dude. Oh my god. We were with some cool people, man.
Well, his last name is Plu, so it's very easy to make a B to make it Blue. So Bill Blue, and then I didn't stop there. At the bottom, put who with a question mark. So Bill Blue who, and if he took that home and his son sees it, and his wife sees it,
he's gotta explain himself. Oh my god.
Oh god. See, we get away with too much of this. Too much. It's that stigma that's gonna follow us. So even if Jackpot goes down, it's still gonna be, oh, you're from Jackpot. All those Jackpot boys are a little
on the fruity side.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. Just buy curious.
No, dude. It's not like we're out here committing. I mean, if you think about it, we're actually in the minority in this state because we're liberal minded.
Yeah.
I think we're some of the few don't even see color.
Yeah.
We really don't care who you're messing around with or all that.
Yeah. I turned to not really give a shit.
Yeah.
I just don't care. It's too hard to be racist.
Yeah.
It's too hard to be homophobic. It's like, why, dude? That's way too much energy, man. I want to put that shit in, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like, who gives a shit, man? I don't care. That's the way I've always been, though. I mean, I think a lot of people now, obviously now, I think a lot of people are just, that's another thing, too, man. Like, just because someone's vegan doesn't mean they're gay.
No. But I mean, I did have.
It's so funny though. Like, I get a lot of shit because it's like, I don't know. I may have made a comment such as like, the only reason I made something along the lines that the only reason something didn't happen is because I'm Mexican, and someone happened to say like, oh hey, look at this liberal over here, man. You're becoming a tree hugger. And I'm like, tree hugger? Like what? Like environmentalist? Like is that a thing? Like hippie? Like what do you mean like tree hugger? What are we doing? What does that mean?
I think that's like a hippie.
Like a hippie? Like a tree hugger? Like a just environmentalist?
Yeah.
It's so stupid because the person who said that to me, I know he's a hunter. I know he's a fisherman. I know he does all that. And it's like, but that's what game wardens do. Like, they want you to go out and hunt. They want the environment to be good. They want all of this. It's like, so I don't get it. Like, they're tree huggers in a sense, right? Like you're a tree hugger because you go out and hunt and you do it legally and you want to make sure that the ecosystems as far as the rivers and everything are clean so that your game that you're hunting is healthy and they're eating and like this. It's like, aren't they kind of tree huggers in a sense, right?
I think it really boils down to is people in this state are as much they have very conservative values, but they just don't want government in their shit. So if it was up to them, they would police themselves, be their own game wardens.
Yeah.
They would, because isn't Idaho one of the states where you can ride a motorcycle without a helmet?
Idaho, yeah, you don't have to wear a helmet in Idaho.
Yeah, see, in Nevada, you have to wear a helmet. So I think it's just they don't want government telling them what to do and what not to do, and
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what about seatbelts? That's not federal, is it? It's not federal, is it?
No, I think in some states they can pull you over if they see you don't have a seatbelt. Like Idaho. If they don't see you don't have a seatbelt, they'll pull you over. But Nevada,
that's a secondary offense, right? You have to do something wrong, right?
Yeah, you have to do something wrong, and if you don't have a seatbelt on, then they just add on to it. I think I'm right. I'm not sure.
I've always worn my seatbelt.
Yeah. The one thing I can see why people, because if you're the only one driving and you don't want to wear a seatbelt, fine, then it's your ass. But I think it's just because you're sharing the road with other people.
Yeah, but it's, yeah. And I guess also too, like people don't really like with like helmets. Just like you're probably going to be the only person that dies if you get in an accident in a motorcycle. Really? Like I guess depending how fast or what you're doing, but maybe that's the way they look at it too. It's just like, well, you want to play with your life like that. That's on you, kind of thing, rather than these fucking flies, dude.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, got one.
Got one.
Missed that one.
Fucking flies.
What do you think about Andrew Luck retiring, Dean?
Well, he did what's best for him. I think it was a very classy move on the Colts to let him keep his money.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. They could have been real petty dude, and just taking that shit, especially as abrupt as it was. But I don't know, man. I think that this might be, because this is like, I think we've had a few players kind of retire like out of like because they were injured, but they weren't really as high profile.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have him, and I guess you kind of had Gronk, but I mean not really.
Well, who's the very first? Well, I don't want to say the very first, but the one that I really remember was when Barry Sanders retired. But he was never hurt though. I think he was just more frustration out of just the Lions, right? Yeah, I think so. I mean, it goes to show you that he wasn't selfish though, because if he was selfish, he would have said, "I'm going to stick it out to break Walter Payton's record, and then I'm out."
Yeah,
because he was the one that was going to break it. He was on pace to break it.
No, he would have killed it.
And then as soon as he retired, that opened the door for Emmitt Smith.
Yeah,
to take it.
And shit, Emmitt Smith paid a long time to get it too. But yeah, I think it's gonna open the door for a lot of people to just kind of be like, "Fuck it," this ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing here? Like, I have a family, and especially when you're dealing with that kind of money, like, why not? It's like if the goal is, granted, yes, the goal is to play in the NFL, lifelong dream, but essentially the goal is to get paid, right? Like that's why you're playing.
Yeah, because you want to get paid.
You want to get paid, and you want that money. You want that pro money. So, like, why not, man? You get, 50 million guaranteed.
I think with a lot of that too, it's then the question of legacy comes in.
Yeah, then that comes in too.
He never won a Super Bowl. I don't think he ever beat the Patriots.
Andrew Luck?
During his career.
No shit, huh?
So I think it was more that, but for him to watch, I mean, it's not like he's going to be hurting. He went to Stanford. He has a degree in architecture.
Yeah, he's going to be. So he can be well off. So, but yeah, I mean, I just like, I guess I'm more surprised that we haven't seen him more often.
Yeah,
with them.
Well, we might now though with CTE.
I see, and that's I think he may have opened. I don't want to say the floodgates, but definitely turned the faucet.
Yeah.
Because I think now it's just like now knowing what we know, and then getting paid what you get paid. It's like, man, like what am I doing? Like, and especially in the NFL, I think there's got to be a point where you just realize like, I just don't, I don't have the team. Like no matter. Like, we just don't have the personnel, we don't have either the right coaching staff, or it's just like, man, I'm never gonna get there. Like I'm not gonna get, like, obviously at that, when you're that elite, that you don't want to think that way because you don't. You're all competitors, but there's got to be a point in time where it just sets in where it's just like, it's not happening, bro.
Yeah.
like as much as I want to win a Super Bowl, and then I just got to get out while the game's good.
Knowing that you have to rehab from injury, and if your heart's not in it, to go through all that rehab, and then to know like if I get hit in just the right place, I'm back at square one,
dude.
Start all over, because it hurts, dude. Like I mean, we played high school football, and obviously you get hit, but you don't get hit hard. Yeah. But when I was in Vegas and I did the City League, and I played against guys who were invited to training camp.
Yeah,
so these guys are jacked.
Yeah,
and I got hit, and granted I held my own. But I got hit by a guy so hard, I bit my mouthpiece. Turns out that because I still have my wisdom teeth, I cracked a wisdom tooth, and I clenched my jaw so hard that I didn't notice it until when I went home that night. And all of a sudden, like I had a shooting pain in my mouth, and then when I woke up, like this whole side of my face was just. And then I was like, "Oh man, what am I doing?
Shit,
I'm not
dude.
getting paid."
And right.
So if you're getting paid, then you're like, just deal with it, dude."
You just deal with it. You're expected to deal with it.
Yeah. But now, like lifting, I hurt my back. When was it? Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I hurt my back, and then I didn't lift for like 2 days because I really like. I was like, "Oh man!" I even Googled like, can you tell when you tear your lat? Because I've never like heard it like that. And then in my head, I was thinking, well, NFL players had to know the distinction between playing hurt and playing injured. And when you have to think that way, and this is just lifting, I can just take a break and not go. But like, if my job was on the line,
you're gonna go.
Yeah, you're gonna go. You're gonna play, and then gradually it just adds up to the point where like it's not worth it, you know?
No, yeah. I mean, dude, I remember I fucked up my knee because I was drunk, of course, and I fucked it up, and I know I did something to it because to this day it still doesn't feel right, and I always had a fucked up knee from high school and shit like that, and I just remember, God, it had to have been maybe 2 months to where maybe a little longer. I want to say maybe 2 months to where I actually could walk on it normal. And not have like a limp or anything like that, or it didn't feel like something was gonna dislocate or tear or whatever. It just felt normal, and it was, and even after that, when like I thought about going like to open gym and stuff like that, and I was like, no man, like it's always gonna be in my mind. So I can't imagine rehabbing an injury and then like something like that, and then having to go out there and go like 100, and not think about it. It's like, dude, that's all. How's that not in your mind?
Yeah,
like 100% of the time. Like you're not going to be the same player. And then I guess that's how they say, when you tear like an ACL, a lot of players aren't the same because their mind's different. And so it's like I couldn't. So now it's just like you make that kind of money, you have that kind of injury, and you come back and it's just you don't feel the same. I'm like, dude, fuck that. I'm bouncing, man. I don't want to keep doing this. Like, I can't keep doing that.
I mean, the only way I can see is if you're one of those players who is living day to day to stay on the team and not get cut.
Yeah.
But then you're going to play. You're not going to tell anyone about a concussion. You're not going to do it.
Yeah. So and that's what I'm curious. I'm like, are more prominent, more well known starters, are they going to retire more quicker and not sustain these long careers like we've been seeing? Like. Are they gonna, like? You look at Tom Brady. That's an anomaly. That ain't gonna never happen again. Like that
he's
guy,
on something though.
He's
on something, man.
Shit.
I saw that documentary, Screwball, dude.
Yeah, right. He's on Belichick's dick. That's what he's on.
We all can't be Antonio Brown, dude.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, and I called it. I called it yesterday.
Yeah.
I texted you like at 10 in the morning, and I was like, watch. As soon as they release him, I'm like, Patriots gonna pick him up. He's gonna have Randy Moss here.
Dude, can you imagine? Dude. Imagine Randy Moss here. Will they go undefeated again, dude?
Oh, dude. And then lose to the Giants.
Lose to the Giants. Speaking of the Giants, Dallas Cowboys whipping that ass.
It's a good time of year. It's like I've always figured that September and October are the best time of year for sports because football, pro and college are starting up. Baseball is about to get into playoffs. Basketball starts, is going to start up. I know hockey starts up for all the hockey fans and all that. So it's like the best time of year.
This is the best time, yeah.
And like watching that whole, it's almost like a soap opera, to be honest. Like the whole thing with Zeke, I knew he was going to get signed.
Yeah.
And then that funny meme I showed you today with like Brokeback Mountain. Shout out to Ori Martinez because he posted it first and I saw it. And then he put the best caption. He's like, "The internet remains undefeated."
Shit, dude. Oh man. Yeah, no, this is like the best time for sports, man. Like baseball and everything like that. The Red Sox are like 6.5 games back from the second wild card, but yeah.
We're in second. We're I think 3.5 games.
Who's the first?
Cardinals.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun playing game.
Yeah. There's very few teams. I was telling you earlier, like, and
so who's leading that division then?
Oh, St. Louis.
No. They're leading the division, but the Cubs are the wild card.
Yeah,
The second or the first
yeah,
wild card?
I believe they're going to be I think they're the first.
Well, who are they playing?
Well, they lost to the Brewers.
No, but who's in the second wild card?
Oh, I don't know.
Because that's who they would play. I wonder who it is. The National League? Let's find out.
The National Leagues where men play.
Oh man, that's where pitchers bunt. that's what they're doing. Yeah, I've always hated that. I think it should be one or the other. I hate how there's
the DH.
yeah, I hate how there's DH and shit like that. I don't really like that. I'd rather them just I'd rather they either do all DH or no DH. But there's some pitchers that you don't want to see fucking in.
The only DH I respect is DH Harris, dude, from Playmakers.
Is that his name? Is that DH?
Well, I don't know if it was Harris, but I know it's DH.
Oh, DH.
What was he? Was he doing meth? Was it meth or was it heroin?
That was crack.
Was it crack?
Oh no.
No, it wasn't heroin. Oh, it couldn't have been heroin.
He
was smoking out of
he kind of cooked it up like it was heroin though.
No, but he was smoking out of tinfoil in a straw.
Oh, so is that crack?
That might be crack.
Can't you do pills that way too?
Yeah, but he wasn't doing that because he was. If it was that, he would just got them from the trainer. He was getting them from. Remember when he was late to a game because they took him to the CDS part down?
Yeah.
And the big line was like, DH, man, you got to get ready. We got to go, man. It's game day, man. We got to go.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, shit.
That show, for any of you, it was on ESPN. It's Playmakers. And it's the only show where the NFL was like,
Nah. You guys got it right on, dude.
Because they made it so, like, a mirror, like, the GM was Jerry Jones, or the owner. It was like a mirror image of him.
Yeah.
Controlling the team. And they were tackling issues that were in the NFL, but no one really had the guts to talk about, like the gay tight end.
Dude, yeah, there was a lot of stuff now that you hear about now. You're like, whoa.
The linebacker who was seeing a therapist and he was having concussions.
Yeah, that was the domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Domestic abuse one was a big one.
And then he did the same dude who got on the juice because he wanted to get his starting position back.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Dude, they did a lot of stuff that no one really talked about, and I had no idea about. But then, like, it's like literally everything you see now. Like, dude, everything on that show was like spot on. The cutthroat business of it, like how cutthroat it is.
Oh, when they cut the kicker.
Yeah, how cutthroat it is.
Yeah, like they didn't care the kicker had a family. Like,
nah, bro.
Nah. And I loved how they still kept it a little stereotypical. The kicker was Latino, so like, nah, spick, get out of here.
Get your fucking ass out of here. It's the Nationals. They play the Nationals. They would if it ended today. But yeah, no, it's a fun part, man. It's a fun time.
It's probably. I mean, coming in second would be March Madness.
Yeah,
because that gets like the average person who's not into basketball to do a bracket and go off mascots or go off team colors.
Figure that shit out, man. Damn, man. I always tell myself every year that I'm not going to do one, and I always do one.
Well, I want to do fantasy football, but
can you still do it?
Yeah, I think you. Yeah. Because I think they give you after the week, and then I joined the league. I have a league that I'm doing, but like I was waiting for Kyle to send it, but because none of you guys ever took it goddamn seriously.
Nah, we didn't
at
give
the end of the year,
it was cool because we we spent more time on our nicknames than we did on our team names than we did on the actual players. There was some pretty cool team names, but yeah, a lot of times it was just like, I want to get a really good chuckle out of these guys with these names.
Yeah. I think my best one was I think it was last year or 2 years ago when I did Akeem Hicks and Chill.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that's why, because no one gave a shit. Yeah, I think we did like our first show, and I remember we'd always get a text message from someone being like, "Hey man, don't forget to set up your lineup."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh no, it's good. It's already set up." It's like, "No, dude, you have like 4 people that are hurt that aren't playing."
You got 2 people on the bye week, and you have a quarterback that's not even starting. So
I guess I'm just not into as football as I used to be, like as much as I was. You got to kind of be like, you got
to be really into it.
You got to be into it,
and that's what I'm more into college football.
Yeah.
Than I am pro. And I remember before it was complete opposite. Like my rituals on a Sunday when I was like in 7th and 8th grade is I'd go to the general store, I'd go get a ghetto pizza, a big old 2-liter Mountain Dew, some candy, and I go to my grandma's house, and then like I guess she knew for like 3-4 hours, just don't bother me. I'd be in a room all shackled up, dude, just watching
eating pizza.
And that's when ESPN had the Sunday night game. So it was like, oh man, like my Sunday was just set. And now it's just more Saturdays.
Yes, I mean, college football was always fun for me. I guess it just turned really fun once I could gamble. You start betting on games, and that's when it's really fun. And I'd imagine that's probably why it's so popular, is the gambling.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you Nishmal to help me out because I've never made a bet.
Oh, dude,
I've never made a bet on pro. I don't understand how the line works.
On Wednesday, when the lines come out, they usually come out on Wednesday. Yeah, dude, we'll look at them, dude. Whatever teams you want, man. We'll have someone put some bets in for us. Yeah, because that's what I used to. Fuck, I used to always bet. I've never won once though. I've come close, but I've never won once. No, that's not true. I think one time I hit like 4 teams for like $40.
Beer money.
Just beer money is all it was, but oh shit! Speaking of fucking beer money, I remember there was. Do you remember when you fucking jokesters wouldn't have any money, dude, and you guys be like, "Hey, Frost, you're telling me to go play crafts to get you guys some money,
some beer money."
Fuck.
The funniest one though was like we'd give you money to go get us King Cobras.
Oh,
and then Eric like after a while, Eric's like, "Oh, is Dean in town?" Yeah, why? Dude, because there's no King Cobras left.
Dude, there was this one time I remember for a party at my house, I bought 24 King Cobras, dude. I bought 24 to 32 ounce King Cobras. They were like, I think they were gone in like 2 days.
Oh, dude. And for people don't know, King Cobra is a malt liquor. So in other words, it's liquid crack.
Liquid crack cocaine.
Because it gets you drunk. It gets you some drunk.
Yeah, and it's weird because like King Cobra for me, I mean, it's only if I'm not mistaken, it's only 6% alcohol. It's not very high like when you get into other malt liquors like fucking Hurricanes and High Gravities and all those.
Yeah.
Because those are like I think they're like 8% alcohol, but I for some reason there's King Cobra and Mickey's. Those two are like the only malt liquors where I actually enjoyed. Like they're not okay. I want to say I was enjoying. Like it wasn't like I was fucking sipping out of a tea glass.
Yeah, well,
but I like I could stand the taste where it was like if you've ever been there where you're drinking a fucking Hurricane, like you're literally drinking that just to get drunk. Like you are chugging it. You're just fucking forcing it down. Like first night stands fucking load. You're just getting it down your throat too. He smiled a lot on that one. It makes you wonder what he's been doing. But no, yeah, like Mickey's and King Cobras, those two, like I could actually stand drinking. Like I could have more than one,
mm-hmm.
Like and be okay with it. Be like, oh yeah, I could definitely have one more, Because for a while there, shit, I mean, we would have at least 2 King Cobras.
2 King Cobras, and we were all right. We were
like,
we're not that drunk.
Granted, I'm sure we were fucking stupid. You ever think that when you've been drinking and you're just like later on in life you think about it and you're like, yeah, I wasn't that drunk. But imagine what you look like to other people's perspective, like at that moment in time, like. Maybe I was really that
well, the good thing is that everyone we hung out with was pretty drunk too.
Oh yeah.
So then it's ignorance is bliss. You're like, no, we were fine. But I've always pictured like if you're going to the store and you're buying like a Hurricane or a Four Locos Four Locos not as bad, but like a Hurricane.
No, Four Locos are fucking worse, dude.
Yeah, but I think like when the cashier rings you up for a Four Locos, like these just guys are gonna get drunk. But if you're getting like a Hurricane or something like that, they kind of wanted to be like, hey man, you all right? You going through something? You need someone to talk to?
You homeless, huh? Dude, we used to have these fucking cells when I was working at Food for Less in Vegas, dude. We would have Castile Reserve is another malt liquor, which and I think they're 8% alcohol too. But we would have these sales like every end of the month or maybe once a month, where they would be fucking like 10 for 10, 24-ounce cans, dude. And we would just it would just be like fucking Hobo City in that motherfucker, dude. They would just be everywhere. And like, we would have like pre-shift meetings. We'd be like, oh, by the way, we have the malt liquor on sale, so just be wary of shoplifting. But they never said who. They never like, hey, watch out for the bums coming to steal this shit. But it was like, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah. Did you ever, before you were 21, did you ever buy beer and not get carded?
What do you mean?
Like say
anytime?
Yeah, say
when I was
you're
younger?
like, yeah, like you're 20, 19.
Fuck, dude, I still get carded. I always get carded.
Oh, dude.
Always.
When I first moved to Vegas, when I was living with Jorge Martinez, he had this, his well, it was before he was in the frat, but it was one of his frat brothers. Me and him went to this bar, like, right down the street from the house we were renting. And we are like, dude, we're not 21, dude. And I'm like, I think I was like 20 and he was 19.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, it's fine, dude. I mean, he was like 6'3", so he looked old. And I had like a full beard. I'm like, nah, dude, just be cool, dude. We won't get carded. And we go there and we sat and it was like, dude, we just sat there and we tried to act as you know. And no, we didn't get carded. I got like my first beer. I was like, oh wow. And then when I told Jorge that it worked, one night we were like we were somewhere on Trop, so we were kind of right at dead center in the nest.
Shady, man.
Yeah. And then he's like, dude, if it worked before, it'll work again. Go buy us some beer. I was like, fuck, all right, dude. He's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to say no? It's like, yeah, fuck it, dude. Let's just go.
Yeah.
So I bought, and I still remember, I will never drink this beer again. It was Miller High Life Light.
Miller, yeah.
Yeah, so it was fucking gross.
Oh,
but
man,
I bought it 30 racks,
nasty.
and they didn't ID me.
He's got it
Got
anyway.
it. And then what sucked, I was like 2 weeks away from being 21.
Oh,
and then
shit.
when I turned 21, I wanted to go buy beer and see if I could get carded, but we went to Smith's, and they had those self-checkouts. So even if you're 50, they're still going to check your ID.
They don't, yeah.
So, and then kind of ruined it, dude. I popped my cherry a little too early.
I know a lot of times it probably, like, what time did you buy it?
Oh, it was
Pretty late?
12:30. I had just turned 21.
Oh, shit. No, I meant the other one.
The other one? No, it was like 11 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is when all the rats come out.
Yeah.
So we gotta check our IDs like a crazy motherfucker. Because I know when I was working at Food for Less, it was always like, because they were 24 hours, and they're like, I think it was like after like 8 o'clock or like maybe 9, they're like, oh, we gotta be fucking vigilant as hell. Check every fucking ID that comes in. Every fucking ID. But that's why I was like, they're probably not IDing you, because if you go in, like, you're buying that shit at like 11 a.m., like, oh, this motherfucker's of age. He's not out doing fucking college kid things.
Yeah. That was always that kind of. I'm not condoning this behavior, but it was always kind of fun to like find someone to go get your beer, and then you'd have your weekend kind of set out, like your Friday night.
Yeah.
Like set out like, oh, and Jackpot was always, oh, go find Pancho, dude. He'll give you some beer.
Shit, dude. Oh man, that's weird. I think who bought my beer most of the time? Ishmael.
Mitch Malini's dude.
Yeah, I think he bought my beer most of the time, but it was like Smirnoff. There's a few other people that we asked too. Every once in a while, they would come and get us something. And I remember, do you remember always having people buy amaretto sours?
Hell yeah,
you fucking pansy.
Hell yeah, dude. Funny story with that was, it was Eric's uncle. I forget his name when he worked at the West Star.
Shit, I don't remember.
And I'd always order amaretto sours, and then one of you guys told him to put extra cherries in it, and then he just loaded up the thing with cherries, and then he's like, "Here you go, sweetheart." And he winked at me. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm not gonna argue. This is a really good drink. I'll still drink it." I was in Vegas. I want to say like last month, and my cousin took me out to this like hookah bar where they during happy hour.
Oh, you mean a gay bar?
Yeah. Man, I've been told I'm handsome. So
anyway,
that's fine with me, dude.
Anyway, you went to a hookah bar.
So went to a hookah bar, and then she was expecting, because she knows I live up here in Idaho now, and she's probably in her head, because she's been to Idaho a couple times. She's like, "Oh, this guy probably is going to drink some whiskey, drink some beer, drink some man drinks, And then when I said an amaretto sour, she kind of just looked at me. She's like, "Oh, okay." And then I was like,
you're part of that demographic.
Yeah. She's like, oh. So it all makes sense now. You're like, you want someone to come out too? You could tell me. So she looked at me. She's like, okay, yeah. And then I must have like 5 amaretto sours, dude.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get drunk off that, dude.
It's so good.
They're like 15% alcohol. Well, I guess it depends on what kind, but there's not very much alcohol in it.
Yeah. So speaking of that, dude, that's probably what I have this weekend. I'm going up to Reno to go to a concert with Kyle and Oliva.
Oh, is that this weekend coming up?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Is Nevada playing in town too?
Yeah, Nevada's playing too.
What's he playing?
I think Weber State.
Oh. You gonna go to it?
No, I don't know. I'm totally up to their discretion on what they want to do.
We should go to it, dude. Storm the field like I did.
Yeah, I stormed the field. I stormed the field twice. My freshman year when we beat Northwestern, I ran. I was the only one there. I mean, I'm not the only student there, but I was like the only one like above us there.
Oh, really?
I stormed the field, and then the
Is it
second.
Northwestern?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, beat Northwestern, and then with who's the quarterback? Jeff Rowe. Jeff Rowe was the quarterback.
Now I'm thinking I know the
Way
guy.
back then. And then the second year we were playing UNLV, which is kind of weird because then I went to UNLV, was we beat UNLV and I stormed the field and then there was this linebacker, his name was Ezra Butler, big old jack dude. And then
Black as beans.
Black as beans. And he was there right in the middle of the field, dude, just flipping off all the UNLV people. And I just came over, I was like, fuck yeah. I started flipping them off.
He's like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
You get this bitch. You just ran out of there.
I just went there, and then that same year there was this. I don't know if he still plays, but he got drafted pretty high, and he's still playing. When he got drafted and he was playing, James Michael Johnson.
I remember.
Yeah, he. We were at a teak house and we were playing beer pong, and I made this shot like out of my ass, dude. I was already pretty drunk, and I just kind of flicked it, and it went in and won the game. And he saw it, and he was like, "Did you just do that?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Man, right there, baby, right there." Dude smacked me on my ass, dude. I was like, "Fuck, dude." And then another story, funny story. You remember Armand Johnson?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So we were playing flag football at Intramurals, and we were playing against a team of athletes. And I was, on defense, you got to count to 3 before you can rush the quarterback. And shit. So I go there and I start running, and I grabbed the flag and I sacked him, and I couldn't believe it, dude. Like I sacked Armand Johnson. And then later on, like we were somewhere and he was there, and he's like, "Oh, you're we played against you in intramurals, right?" Or something. I was like, "Yeah." And then he said something smart ass. I was like, "Yeah, but I still sacked your ass." And then in the back of as soon as I said it, you have that thing in the back of your head like, "Fuck, you shouldn't have said that." But luckily, he was cool, dude. He just started laughing, dude. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, they took you out back and just fucking worked you over,
dude.
dude.
Sometimes my mouth just runs off, dude.
Oh my god.
Don't have that filter sometimes.
That's some funny shit, dude. Well, on that one, what do you call it? An hour and 12 minutes?
I think so.
Did we good?
Yeah,
We've covered our bases. I thought the fly was gonna go in my mouth when your fucking mouth. Yeah, we're gonna try this more often. Hopefully, we're not in the basement next time.
Yeah.
But there might be some weird sound issues in here, but hopefully it came out good.
The reason we're in here is because Ishmael's already drunk, and when Ishmael gets drunk, he gets a little handsy. So.
And the Cowboys just beat the shit out of the Giants.
He's gonna be even more drunk, and then. But the thing I learned with Ishmael is he's just like a T-Rex, where when he's drunk, his vision is based on movement. So if you don't move when Ishmael's drunk, he doesn't see you. But if you move, dude, you're fucked.
You're in for a world of hurt. Yeah, so we'll try to do this maybe next week. No, maybe the week after.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, because you won't be here this
I
week.
won't be here next
yeah,
week,
next
so
weekend. You tune in. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, do all that kinky shit that you guys like to do on videos. Yeah?
Boy.
All right.
Yeah, so that's what episode 3 of the Fuckboy Files.
Not me, not this guy. No, I gave up my license, man.
All right.